Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to Wrestling Days Live. We are live for Royal Rumble 1993 and I am genuinely looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. And the big reason is because this was when I was getting into wrestling. We are very much now going back to when I was first getting into WWE, WWF at the time. 1993 was my first full year as a wrestling fan. So this really does mean a lot to me to go back to this show and to watch and enjoy this show. So yeah, I am genuinely very excited to go back. I've maybe seen the Rumble, but I don't know that I've actually gone back and watched the whole show from start to finish. So, as I said, I'm quite pumped to do that. Shout out to everyone that is joining us. We are just going to give a couple of minutes for people to find us. I'm just actually going to send a tweet out now so that people know that we are live. This is coming from 1993, January 24th, from Sacramento, California. I can tell you there's 16,000 people in attendance, and we recently watched episodes 1 and 2 of Monday Night Raw, and it took us to this show. So we watched the first Raws the other day, and now here we are at this Royal Rumble event from 1993. We've seen the build. We watched those episodes the other day. If you haven't seen them, just go back and watch episodes 1 and 2 of the first ever Raws. And you'll be up to speed then. And then this is the show. So I'm very, very much looking forward to watching this. So WWE Royal Rumble 1993. Watch along. There we go. Boom. That is up now. Let me fire up the network, see if I can find it. Hello to everyone in the chat. Don says, is 27, you're like 30 something. I'm 21. Let's go back here to Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble 1993. I couldn't remember what Rumble was after then. Thatcher versus Lorcan this Wednesday. Be interesting. Right, found it. I can tell you that it is quite a nice length, actually. It's only 2 hours 37, so it's not going to be like a really long pay-per-view that's going to outstay its welcome or anything. It's going to be quite a nice length of time. So, yes, I've got it all set up. I hope you guys got it set up as well, because we're going to be ready to go, ready to rumble in just a minute's time. So there we go. Shout out to everyone that's joining us and still filing in. Jerry says, one of my favourite pay-per-views. Well, I've got to tell you, I've just set it up. It took no time at all. Super easy to find. Royal Rumble 1993. I've got it set up on my phone. I am ready to go. So as I said, just giving a few more moments to people to get theirs set up, and then we will be good to go. Rockstar says, this was in my hometown, and I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, here we go. Days, this is first watch along. James Nation, shout out to you, my friend. James Chadwick says, I'm already set up. LSW asking for a shout out. Shout out to you. Here we go then, guys. In 3, 2, 1... go. There we go. We are underway. We've got the entrance screen up. We've got Gorilla Monsoon. Gorilla Monsoon. This was the last time that Gorilla and Bobby would actually do a pay-per-view show together. They are absolutely iconic. Maybe the two best commentators WWE have ever had. As a partnership, you know, JR, of course, is amazing. So is Mauro, but... right, this is absolutely stacked. There's going to be a lot of big names in the Rumble here. So we've got, look at that WWF logo in the entranceway. That's cool. I bet that is in their warehouse, isn't it? That's cool. Right, not a very long ring walk. We've got the Beverly Brothers. So we're starting off with a tag match. Is it like that? Beverly Brothers? It is like that. And I know this first match. Let's rumble, says Tribe. You've got to love the old school watch-alongs. I do. I'm so excited for this. So excited for this. So, yeah, man, I've got so much to tell you. Here come the Steiner brothers. Now, we saw the Steiners on Raw when we did the Raw watch-along. But this is actually their first pay-per-view appearance in WWE. They hadn't been in WWE very long. WWE at this time is going through a real change. We're kind of moving away from those stars from the 80s, bringing in some new stars for the 90s. I think they had a lot of high hopes for the likes of the Steiners, who were legit an incredible team. Absolutely incredible team. So here we go. No tag titles on the line or anything like that. Just a bit of a throwaway tag match to start us off. But as we said, this is the first time the Steiners were appearing on a pay-per-view. So if you was there at this time, you would have been quite excited. Steiner, says Chalmers. Yes. Shout out to Sacramento being an hour and a half away from there, says DJ B Tazzy. Shout out to you, my friend. Jim Gore says Scott Steiner when he was normal. As normal as Scott Steiner gets, yes. 10 Pounds Podcast saying, shout out, says the best commentators ever. I love Bobby and Gorilla. I mean, already I've just turned it up and they're arguing. Gorilla Monsoon constantly having to tolerate and put up with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and those moments where he just can't anymore. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely takedown. You're going to see some great wrestling in this. This show is all about the Rumble, really. I mean, this is, what, 2 hours 30 in total? I think the Rumble takes up over an hour. So we haven't got lots of non-Rumble stuff that we have to watch, but there's some good matches on this. We know we've got Shawn Michaels against Marty Jannetty. The Rockers going against each other. So that's a match that's coming up. Bret Hart against Razor Ramon for the WWE Championship. That's coming up as well. And I saw on the preview, right? I hope it's in this. I think we've got Bam Bam Bigelow against the Big Boss Man. Oh, I tell you. Love old school wrestling. Fun fact, I believe the Steiners were the first team to clean a clean win over the Road Warriors. Wow, I didn't know that. Fun fact, before this, there was an untelevised dart match between Doink and Jim Powers. That's great. Lovely knowledge. Chalmers, shout out to you, says, what year do you think had the biggest impact on the world? What do you mean? I mean, 1945, I think, would be up there with the end of the war, but I don't know. Are we talking wrestling? I don't know. Here we go. Oh, nice. Lovely work by Scott Steiner. Wrestle with Andy says, Days, did you know that Scott Steiner was once placed to main event WrestleMania 9? No. How? How can that be a thing? If this is Rumble and he's only just making his pay-per-view debut and he's in a tag team? How did they look at him and think, yes, he's going to be in our main event? How did that happen? Where did you get that from? I mean, I believe you because I've seen your videos, but I did not. I've never heard that. That blows my mind. Days, one of the Beverly brothers is Cal Bloom's dad. Yes, correct. Are you going to get the Billy Graham figure? I would love to do that, yes. Can we just talk about as well what Rick Steiner's wearing? Rick Steiner is wearing a singlet. Both of them, actually. The Steiners wearing crazy singlets. But look at the singlet that Rick Steiner's wearing, and I love that. He just pushes one of the Beverly brothers off. But that is totally wacky 90s, isn't it? It's like, I don't know what you'd call it. Is it like leaves? Leaves, but each leaf is like a different colour. We've got orange and green and blue and purple, all on like a black background. It's like a funky jungle. That's what he's wearing. He's wearing a singlet of a funky jungle. I wish that was his name. I wish that was his name. Scott Steiner tags in Funky Jungle. Funky Jungle. Oh, look at the power slam by Funky Jungle. Ah. He is loving it. I mean, both of the ring attires are awesome. The Steiners look awesome. Beverly Brothers. You know, we keep talking about tag teams should wear the same kind of attire. Look at the Beverlys. Purple with white stars. Classic wrestling attire. Looks awesome. Just don't get that from teams these days. Look at Nakamura and Cesaro. It's just no effort. Can we get Donald Trump versus Vince in an old people's home? Yes. Wrestle with Andy says, I heard it on Bruce Pritchard's podcast. He was originally going to debut as a singles wrestler and win the Rumble. Wow. Never knew that. Never knew that. That's amazing. Thank you, my friend. Rick Steiner is also wearing 2 different boots. Do you know what? I haven't even noticed. I've been so distracted by the funky jungle that I haven't even noticed. Can we all acknowledge the massive Ico Pro sign hanging up in the distance next to the Rumble sign? Isn't that amazing that they were going to bring in Scott Steiner as a single star, then have him win the Rumble, but instead he's just in the opening tag match? Wow. That's a fall from grace, isn't it? Lovely tag work by the Beverly Brothers, who really don't get the respect that they deserve. Lovely tag work. Always think of them as like cheating heels that didn't really achieve a great deal, but I'd say I'd love some Beverly Brother Mattel figures. Love some Beverly Brother Mattel figures. The Beverly Brothers were also managed by the genius, yes, Leapin' Lanny Poffo. The show is not that long. No, 2.5 hours. Nice and breezy. Just a little fun watch along for a Sunday. Here we go, look. Choking out with the tag rope. Choking Scott Steiner with the tag rope. Lovely work. Lovely work. Days, can you answer my question? Why is WWE bringing back the punt for Randy Orton? Well, they're trying to put him over as the legend killer, aren't they? And the punt, quite a dangerous move that was banned there. Really investing in Randy, so I think they're just doing whatever they can to freshen him up again, make him dangerous, bring back the legend killer gimmick. Slingshot? Boston Crab? Boston Crab is going for it. Look at that. Look how slow Scott turns over. Middle of the ring. Boston Crab. Scott is actually doing push-ups. Oh, elbow drop to the back, though. Another elbow drop to the back. It is great teamwork by the Beverly Brothers. Tag matches were amazing back in the day. At least they're using the tag rope. J14, shout out to you. They are using the tag rope. Lovely suplex. Lovely suplex by Scott Steiner. So, Man, I got to tell you, that fact has blown my mind. Scott Steiner apparently was going to be in the Rumble match and was going to win it. I don't know how I would have felt about that, actually. I like the fact we got both Steiners. I think the Steiner brothers were such a great team. How many figures do you have? I don't even count them anymore. I've got no idea. I think it's around 1,000. Kicks coming in. Lovely double underhook. Great work. Lovely powerbomb. And Scott Steiner down. I love the tag division, says Wrestling Days fam. Well, back in the day as well. So many great teams. There we go. Trying to make the tag in comes Rick. Wow, you're totally right as well. Yeah, he has got completely different boots on. That's random. I never noticed that. His boots aren't just like different colours. They're completely different styles. Look at Rick Steiner's boots. That is incredible. Well spotted. Well spotted. Miss Clown 1, shout out to you. James Chadwick says loads more characters unlike today. Going for the pin, but needs to do a little bit more than that. This is actually not a bad match, you know. I mean, I knew the Steiners would be good. And I know the Beverly Brothers are underrated, but man, this match is fire. And the crowd are into it as well, counting along. Revert, what's he going for? Beverly Brothers up top. No, misses. Nice roll up by Scott. 2. Kick out. There's action everywhere. Fighting in the ring. They're fighting outside the ring. Scott against the ropes. Oh. Frankensteiner. It's an incredible move, isn't it? And it's an incredible move even today. But think about that in WWE back in 1993. Go back 27 years and just think about how impressive that move would look back then. Because it looks amazing now. We've got the brain scan. This is Bobby the Brain Heenan's action replay thing. That he can draw on screen. It's modern technology. So Bobby the Brain is... They're arguing again. What a great opening match, says LSW. Brent says, do you think Steiners are considered by most as the greatest tag team of all time? I think one of. I think you've also got Rock and Roll Express. Maybe the Midnight, maybe the Road Warriors. But Steiners, I think, would be in that conversation. Absolutely, yes. Right, okay, so... Here we go. Look at this. We're getting a backstory on the Rockers. One of the most popular tag teams in the world. Look at that for wrestling attire. It was all about colour, wasn't it? It's all about colour. Look at the ring attire on the Rockers there. Compare it to the black that everyone wears now. The Rockers were at the top of their game. They had a few little issues, and here we go, the barbershop. The barbershop. Shaking hands, look. Oh, super kick. Down goes Marty. Someone made a custom Hasbro barbershop, and it's awesome. Saw pictures online. And then you can use all your little Hasbro figures. Through the barbershop glass. I remember that was a big move back then, the Frankensteiner, says DJ B Tazzy. So we've seen the Rockers split with the barbershop incident. Here's Shawn. And sensational Sherry, and that's a great camera shot. Look, you can see Marty in the reflection. Look at his little feet go! Look at his little feet! Jannetty in there, big back body drop to Shawn. It's good, man. It's good. It's good, good, good. I'm on board. Sign me up. Let's do the match. Clothesline. I was such a Marty Jannetty fan back in the day. No! No! She hasn't done anything wrong. Jannetty with the mirror. Sensational. Sherry is like, no, please, pleading. And, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Jannetty just cracked that mirror, smashed that mirror over the head of sensational Sherry. Don't remember that happening at all. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it? Oh, here's Sherry. Well, I don't know why she wants anything to do with either of them, to be honest, after that. Sensational Sherry looking sensational. Sherry Martel, one of the greatest female wrestlers in the history of wrestling. I mean, right up there. An incredible wrestler, great personality. Really great person as well, I've heard on a lot of podcasts. Everyone had time for sensational Sherry. Here comes Marty Jannetty. Sherry had a part in this rivalry, which is really cool, says Waleed. I don't remember that, but I love it. Yeah, I love watching women get smashed over the head with mirrors. That's what I call entertainment. I didn't remember that at all. So, as we said, we're in Sacramento, California, January 1993. There's 16,000 people in attendance, and there's 300,000 that buy this show. Here comes Shawn making his way down with the Intercontinental Championship. This is for the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, I mean, sensational Sherry. We don't know whose corner she's going to be. Is she going to be in Shawn's corner? Has she forgiven him for what he did? Is she going to be in Marty's corner? He was the one that hit her with that mirror. But isn't it weird hearing Shawn's music, not with Shawn singing it, but with sensational Sherry singing it? Sexy boy. Marty and Shawn isn't going to end well. Shawn saying sensational Sherry, come on. Come on, we're all friends. She's got a serious look on her face. Serious look on her face. Love Sherry. Sherry singing the original Sexy Boy music, yes. Was this your favourite Rumble? I think 92 is my favourite Rumble, just because of the names that are involved. It's just a constant who's who. But I think that there's a lot of big names in this one. And there's a lot about this Rumble that I really like. And there's a few interesting facts as well, which we can talk about as soon as we actually get to that Rumble. But yes, Shawn slowly taking his time. We've already had 20 minutes. Gorilla Monsoon says, I don't think anyone could know each other better than what these two know each other. Who do you think will feud with the Fiend after Strowman? No idea. It depends, doesn't it, as to what happens with superstar shakeups and drafts and stuff. To the outside goes Shawn. Shawn getting back into the ring. Marty Jannetty straight in after him. Both in white, which is a bit of a shame. It's a shame that there's not a bit more colour. Jannetty's ring attire is quite interesting, isn't it? It's not a style that you see anymore. Nice inverted atomic drop. Nice knee lift. And straight up and over the top goes Shawn Michaels. Shawn wrestling in white. But obviously his patches that he has, those kind of like leopard print patches in black and gold. But predominantly white with white boots. Marty Jannetty looks like something out of Tron. I don't know how you would even describe what Marty Jannetty is wearing. It's crazy attire. Sherry has kind of kept herself to herself. She's wearing red. She certainly seems concerned for Shawn. Bobby Heenan says that's her man. Bobby Heenan seems to be convinced that she's still with Shawn as Marty Jannetty goes crashing through the ropes and takes Shawn Michaels down. Blue ring mats around the ringside area. Obviously no barricade, just railings. Can we do WrestleMania 3 next weekend? Maybe. Shout out to you, Eric. Most underrated wrestler. Maybe Cesaro. But I don't know if he's underrated by the fans. But he's an incredible wrestler. Marty stepping to the outside. Shawn Michaels still down on the outside. Marty going up top. Perched on that top. Oh, scouted by Shawn. Well scouted. Fair play. Shawn does like to oversell. HBK looks like he skinned a cow. Yes. Do you prefer Sherry or Miss Elizabeth? They were very different. I'm not sure you can really compare them, to be honest. I mean, I think heel-wise, Sherry, incredible. Face-wise, Miss Elizabeth might be untouchable. Into the ring post goes Marty Jannetty. Considering getting the new Rock Basic, the first to feature the new tat, could a better come after though? Maybe. They may do an elite that's got the new tattoo work, but I don't know if you'd need one. If you need an elite, Basic could probably do you. A lot of pain on the face of Marty as he got hurled into that ring post. Even Sensational Sherry seems a little concerned. Yeah, she is. Look, very emotional. It's a big part of this match, actually. The whole Sensational Sherry. Whose corner is she in? Days, do you like the 2020 Money in the Bank? I did. There was a couple of moments I thought got a little silly, like the food fight bit, but by and large, I was entertained. The doink thing was awful. That was awful. That was awful. If they were trying to convince us that was doink by just getting a random person to dress as a clown, that was awful. Right hands coming in by Shawn. Marty Jannetty goes down, rolls out the ring, holds onto his shoulder. Shawn Michaels going right after him. You got to remember, very strange back in 93 to see these two fighting against each other. They'd been in one of the best, most popular tag teams, the Rockers. Nice slam on the outside. Little bit of carpet there as well. You don't get carpet in wrestling these days, do you? There's not enough carpet in wrestling. Look at that lovely bit of carpet. Oh, I wish they would bring carpet back. Lovely little bit of carpet. As Jannetty is trying to get to his feet, trying to beat the count out. I would have been firmly in Marty Jannetty's corner as a kid as I was watching this. Shawn working on the arm. Days, what year did you go to your first live event? Either 93 or 94, but more than likely 94. Cody has confirmed Sammy is going to come back to AEW. Hello to DLW Wrestling. Matthew Nunes, Chalmers, Heather Wright. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. We've got, as we said, not the longest show for us to enjoy today. Just a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. But it's a Royal Rumble. A Royal Rumble from the early 90s. And one of the first shows I will have ever seen. This would have been one of the very first shows I would have ever watched in wrestling. Shawn Michaels working on the arm of Marty Jannetty. And Sensational Sherry hasn't really done much apart from look concerned throughout the whole match. I don't even know why she's out there. She might as well just look concerned backstage. In fact, in this day and age, she probably would be backstage looking at a TV screen really awkwardly. I went to the Battleground pay-per-view, says Wrestling Days fam. Shout out to you. Miss Clown 1 says, give me what I want. Carpet. Bring back the Killer Bees. Yes. Hello, Monica King. Shout out to you. Were you surprised to see Edge eliminated for the 2020 Royal Rumble? I don't know if I was surprised to see him eliminated. I was surprised to see him in it, full stop. Kind of hoped he would be. Strikes to the midsection by Marty. Against the ropes goes Shawn. Face first, look at that. Rolling at Marty. 2. Days, you should watch every Raw, Smackdown and pay-per-view leading up to Mania, and then we watch that Mania. My first wrestling show watching was Survivor Series 1990. Well, Shawn Michaels is working on the arm. It's been an alright match. It's not had the pace of the first match. I think the tag match was better. But, oh, I can tell you. Well, no, I'll tell you after. I've got a fact for you. Really interesting fact as well. But I'll tell you after. Because it will ruin the result of this match. Shawn working on the arm of Marty. Eye poke by Shawn Michaels. I think like the WWE networks, you can relive the golden years, says Dalton. Right, Marty Jannetty is down. Shawn Michaels goes back to the corner. He is climbing up. On the second turnbuckle. Staring at Sensational Sherry. Oh, Marty what was he going? I don't even know what he was going for. Was it a double axe handle? Whatever it was, he just got kicked in the face. Shawn is first to his feet, though. Shawn Michaels clearly the fresher. Marty gets hurled into the corner. Shawn going over, back elbow by Marty Jannetty. Nice selling by Shawn. Shawn going back after Marty. Charging. But Marty moves. And Shawn hits the ring post. Have you ever watched WCW? I did. I didn't watch it at the time. The only time I watched WCW live, and it's kind of weird for me to think back now, because I can remember doing it, would be when I'd go around like my grandparents' house, and they didn't obviously have Sky. And at that time in the UK, WCW, I think, was on Channel 4. I think it was Channel 4. So it was on any TV. So I'd go round and, you know, it'd be on and I'd watch it. And that's how I knew about Sting and got into Sting. Loved Surfer Sting. I gotta be honest, there wasn't really anyone else in WCW I was that bothered by as a kid, you know? Right, Marty Jannetty on the outside. Shawn Michaels grabbing the hair of Jannetty. He's looking for superplex. Couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite get it. Trying another one. Marty's not superplexing him to the outside. Oh! He sort of did. Shawn lands on his feet, though. Wow. It's like, there's no way they're going that way, but he did. It's just that Shawn managed to rotate it pretty fully in the air. Sensational Sherry, look. Ah! Slap Shawn! Sensational Sherry slap Shawn! Wow! She seemed to be concerned and then... Ah! Here we go, Marty. 1, 2... Kick out. That was not the best pinning attempt I've ever seen by Marty. Big right hand by Jannetty. Shawn Michaels goes into the corner, straight to the outside. Crazy selling by Shawn. Into the ring steps. I used to stay up late to watch it, and it was on a school night, says Dave, in real life. Also in the UK, WCW was on the Cartoon Network and a channel called Bravo. I remember Bravo. Goes for a clothesline. Lovely power slam. Marty Jannetty, man, when he lets his legs go like that, that's amazing. It's like he's so excited, he doesn't know what to do. So his little legs start going. Marty Jannetty, that's a long way. That's a long way. Didn't make it. Lands on his feet. Scouts, boom. 1, 2. Oh, kick out by Shawn. Now the match has got good. Now the match has got good. Sensational Sherry slapping Shawn has really woken this thing up. Shawn looking for the super kick. Marty ducks out the way. Hits a super kick of his own. Oh, only gets a 2. Marty Jannetty with a super kick. Sweet Jannetty music. Over the top goes Shawn, but Marty drops down. Look at these quick reversals. Marty looking to slingshot Shawn into the corner. He's got him queued up. Here we go. Oh. Shawn collapses down. 2. Kick out again. Kick out again. Days, that doink from Money in the Bank was Brother Love's son, Kane. Oh, swing and a miss. Jannetty. Full Nelson! Full Nelson! Has he got the Nelson on? He has got the full Nelson! Oh, full Nelson by Jannetty! Sensational Sherry with a shoe! Oh, she's hit Marty! She's hit Marty! Oh, well, that's gone wrong, hasn't it? That's gone wrong. Sensational Sherry didn't mean to hit Marty. Well, I don't know what's Shawn saying to Sensational Sherry. Look, she's back. She's backing up into the corner and she's all emotional. Is someone going to save Sensational Sherry? I'm going to get to the ring in a second. You leave her alone. Gorilla says she's crying. Super kick. Marty goes down. The referee's coming back around too. And Sensational Sherry in tears runs away. Shawn Michaels wins. Hey, the fact I was going to tell you, Marty Jannetty is fired the next day after this. Oh, look at her. She's backstage. She can't believe it. Look, Mean Gene is trying to calm her down. Sexy boy. Look, let's hear from her. Look, Shawn is watching. He's jumping out the ring. He is. He's running backstage to have a word with Sensational Sherry. Oh, God, this is great. This is drama. What's happening? Marty's chasing him as well. This is great. Settle down, Sherry. Settle down with Mean Gene's getting angry. Marty from behind. Oh, look at this. I don't even say. Was that an orange that got thrown? They're brawling backstage. Oh, clearly it's not done here. Pandemonium backstage. Where's Sherry? That was good, man. Gorilla and Bobby. Bobby Heenan saying, "What are you watching? You're nuts." Be serious. Love them too. Bam! Bam! Yeah, Marty Jannetty got fired the next day because he was passed out in the locker room. Like, he's got a problem with drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay. Drugs are bad. Bam Bam Bigelow. I think this is against the Big Boss Man. Yeah, this will be a great match. Well, it'll be an awful match, but a match that I really want to see. Bam! Bam! Now that we see the full Nelson all the time, what happened to the half Nelson? Half Nelson, I'm not sure was ever really a thing. Like, I know it is a thing, but I can't remember too many people putting on half Nelsons. You leave the other arm free to get elbowed in the head or punched or something. You know what I mean? If you're going to do a Nelson, you got to go full. Here is the Big Boss Man, my favourite. I don't like that stupid Attitude Era Boss Man. Stupid Boss Man. I like Face Boss Man. He's great with the nightstick. One of my favourites he was. He was one of my favourites. Hard time. Big Boss Man. And even as a kid, I knew the name The Big Boss Man was trash. I love the Big Boss Man. I love the character. I love the fact he's a police officer and he's doing all this with the nightstick, right? Love all that. But even as a kid, I was like, The Big Boss Man. That's just like 3 words that's been put to Big Boss Man. Why is he not called the big police officer? The big policeman? Why is he not called the big policeman? Why is he called the big boss man? Where's the boss part come from it? Big strikes to the back. I will do another toy hunt soon enough. What do you think of Big Boss Man's entrance? I love it. Love it. Bobby Heenan calls him a meter maid. And Gorilla says, I'm going to tell him that. Look at this. Bam Bam Bigelow against Big Boss Man. Bam Bam, awesome superstar. Was very successful over in Japan. Boss Man has more of a ring to it. Yeah. Because Boss Man was a prison guard, not a cop. I think he was a cop as well, wasn't he? Wasn't he a cop from Cobb County, Georgia? I know he was a prison officer as well because of the whole Nails storyline. But I think he was a cop as well, wasn't he? That's what they called prison guards back in the day. Hey, boss man. Okay. Boss man versus Nails, the prisoner. Yes. I prefer the Mountie. Against the ropes goes boss man. Clothesline. Bam Bam. Stunned. Down he goes. On second thoughts, have United or Chelsea. He was prison guard. In my head, I've got him as both. I know he was a prison guard because I know the Nails story. Something in my head says that I don't know if his promos, he used to talk about being on the beat and things like this. I'm going to have a look. I don't know if it's going to give me that much information. I can't see anything on Wikipedia that gives me a quick answer on that. I'll have a look into it. It's just something in my head that tells me that, yeah, he was a prison officer, but he also was a cop. Like, was out on the beat as well. And I don't know where I've got that from. Anyway, doesn't matter. Missed headbutt by Bam Bam. Bam Bam goes into the corner. Big right hand. Against the ropes goes Boss Man. Face first goes Bam Bam. Tell you, they're bumping all over the place, these two. It shows how athletic they are. Here we go. Against the ropes again. I love how he leans into the ropes, Boss Man. When he leans into it, he proper like, do you know what I mean? Oh, really leans into it to the point where you think the ropes might snap. It's just little things like that I appreciate. And he's on the carpet. He's on the carpet. So, Boss Man, half on the carpet, half on the mats. Someone in the front row is dressed like Where's Wally? Sorry if you're watching, but you are. Boss Man getting back up to his feet. He's got to be quick so he doesn't get counted out. Kick to the side by Bam Bam Bigelow. And the pace has fallen away on this. Didn't they call him Big Bubba when he left for WCW? Yeah, I didn't follow WCW. So I didn't really follow him in WCW. Deja spelled Bigelow wrong. Oh, well. On Wikipedia, it says he was a corrections officer, says James Chadwick. Oh, well. We've got Boss Man in control. Boss Man in control. We've got Bam Bam Bigelow in control. The pace of this has really fallen away. And don't forget, this is only 2.5 hours long, right? This show's only 2.5 hours long. And over an hour is the Rumble. So, I don't know what else we've got to come other than Bret Hart, Razor Ramon. How can you be 21 when this was 26 years ago? Yeah, great question, Brandon. John says, love this pay-per-view. Here we go, Boss Man. Up to his feet. Against the ropes. Gets caught. Hung out on the top rope. Big scream by Bam Bam Bigelow. Going over for the pin too. Kick to the back. Boss Man was a sheriff in Cobb County in real life, says Colin Campbell. Headbutt by Bam Bam. Strike to the back. I've got no idea who wins this match, by the way. Not a clue. Oh, look at that. Bam Bam driving his head into the lower back in a bear hug. Squeezing the air out of the big boss man. Days, can you believe Bam Bam and Lawrence Taylor was a WrestleMania main event? I can't, to be honest, but I'm pleased that Bam Bam got something like that because he was never WWE champion. And he legit was a great wrestler. When are we going to get a Resting Days I'm Only 21 t-shirt? Once you get to mine and Daisy's age, you become 21 forever. That's true. Pace of this has really fallen away. I thought the first match was great. Thought the second match was good and got really good towards the end. Loved the brawl and sensational Sherry stuff. This one started off well, but the pace has really fallen away now. Here we go. He's trying to suplex the boss man, but no joy. Is he going to go reversed? Oh, that was a bit botchy. Didn't quite have the strength. He kind of had Bam Bam to the side then, didn't he? It's really good, actually, because it shows the work that Bam Bam has been doing on the back of Big Boss Man has been working. It's wore him down. Bobby Heenan says he can do it all. He can be a manager. He can be a ring announcer. He can be a commentator. Boss man down. Bam Bam with a crossbody, but Boss Man moves out the way. Here we go. Starting to fight back. Bam Bam against the ropes. Big back body drop. And again, look, Boss Man selling his lower back. Winding up the arm. Lovely uppercut. Bam Bam goes down. Forever 21, that's a great store. Here we go. Slide in underneath. Love that. Love that. Boss Man slides under the bottom rope on the outside. Bam Bam's draped over. Boom! Boom! Into the corner goes Bam Bam. Kicks the spit out of the mouth of the big Boss Man. Boss Man goes down. Bam Bam goes over to the corner. Bam Bam climbing up top. Flying headbutt. Oh, connects. 1, 2, 3. Bam Bam Bigelow beats the big Boss Man. Clean. Big win. Good win. Not the best match, but really good to see a heel win clean. Bam! Bam! Days revised random question. What year do you think wrestling had its biggest impact? 97. We're seeing this clip from the other day. We saw it on Raw. Razor Ramon attacking Bret Hart's family. Is attacking Owen Hart here. Bobby Heenan laughing. Bam Bam bigger headwinds, says Chalmers. Yeah, they're saying Razor Ramon wants the belt. I can't remember this match. I've got no idea how good or bad this next match is going to be. Isn't that interesting? That's interesting. They showed Gorilla and Bobby on the Titantron on the screens. So I'm guessing that means that the audience could hear them as well. And they don't do that anymore. You can't hear what Michael Cole says when you go to a pay-per-view. But you could there. Look at this, we're at a basketball game! Razor's at a basket. Who's playing? I don't know. Wow. Random. Seeing a wrestler at a basketball game. We got the Fink. So I think after this it will be time for the Rumble. Tune. Chico. Say hello to the bad guy. In red. Looking fresh. Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon has got style. He has got style. He's got machismo. That's what he's got. Hey, look at Bret Hart. Bret Hart in his pink jacket. Looks great. Yeah, I mean, Bret hasn't been champ for long here. He won it at the end of 92, didn't he? I think at a house show against Ric Flair. I think he defends it at Survivor Series against Shawn. And then here he is defending against Razor. Days, who do you prefer? Razor Ramon or outsider Scott Hall? Outsiders were really cool. But I do have a soft spot for Razor. That guy just stopped Bret. Isn't this weird? Look, we're seeing such weird stuff. They're showing us behind the curtain. And you've got Bret waiting, ready to go. And that guy was just like, hang on. And Bret was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. But there was a guy that stopped Bret from going out. There's Bret's dad, Stu Hart. His mom, Helen Hart. Bret looking incredible in electric pink. Opens the jacket. Oh, Razor. Chico. Yeah, the winner of this will face the winner of the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania 9. Days, this match is 17 minutes. Well, it is a title match. Why didn't Bret use this music when he returned to WWE? I can't remember what music he used. What music did he use when he came back? It takes excellence, not machismo. Razor with his toothpick in his mouth. Ref holding up the beautiful Winged Eagle Championship. Bret jumps out the ring, takes off his glasses, gives it to a kid. That's cool. Face Bret was better than heel Bret. Heel Bret was annoying. Oh, yeah, face Bret was amazing. Razor throws his toothpick at the kid. Look, Bret gave the kid some glasses. Razor gave him his toothpick. What's the problem? But that seems to have upset Bret Hart, who goes right after Razor Ramon. I mean, this should... I can't remember this match, but this should be a good match. Both of these are great in-ring competitors. Bret Hart, one of the greatest of all time. Austin316 says, fun fact, I was there during the show, but I just wasn't born. That's amazing. Were your parents there? Did Taker lose at WrestleMania before his streak began? No. No. Would you consider... That's a really great question, though. I love that question. Would you consider doing AWA or WCW or WCCW or Smoky Mountain? Yes. I absolutely would, because there's a lot of those shows I've not seen. Certainly when it comes to the AWA World Class or Smoky Mountain. Bret Hart is in control right now against Razor Ramon. Jumps down onto the leg of Razor. Yeah, trying to take away the legs of Razor Ramon. That's going to make it harder for him to do anything, especially the Razor's Edge. Bret Hart with a figure four. Bret Hart with a figure four leg lock. Razor trying to get over to the ropes. Gets to the ropes. Figure four leg lock applied, though. Shades and a toothpick. What a lucky kid. Give me more of that classic heel. Yeah. Bobby Heenan says you'll never get the sharpshooter on Razor Ramon. There you go, Bret working on the leg of Razor. I mean, the psychology here is brilliant. Just constantly going after that leg. Nice. He may have dislocated his patella, says Gorilla Monsoon. Razor over in the corner. Bret smashing his leg into that ring post. You can see his parents in the front row. Here we go, Razor. In the corner, Bret working on that leg. I remember him as the Diamond Stud with DDP. Don't forget about the Crockett Cup that's on the network. That's true. I was amazed when we found that. Absolutely amazed. Is it me, or has your voice changed since your first video? Well, that was what, 4 years ago? I don't know. I mean, maybe I've been through puberty since then. Bret Hart goes into the ring post, is wrapped around it. The ref goes to check on him. But that was a nice reversal by Razor. This is for the WWE Championship. So Razor scooping up Bret Hart. Oh. On the outside. Who's excited for Raw? It's going to be good, yeah? Bret Hart pushed into the ring then. Slammed into the ring post. Referee checking on him. We've almost had an hour of this show. In fact, how long is left exactly? There is 1 hour, 37 minutes left. That's it. 1 hour, 37 minutes. Razor Ramon is in control of this one now. Dropping elbows onto the lower back of the Hitman. Stomping away. He is constantly dishing out punishment to Bret Hart. Kick to the side. Tell the referee you've had it, says Bobby Heenan. Do yourself a favour. I've been watching Kerry Von Erich, and my favourite tag team is the Fabulous Freebirds. They were cool. Miss Clown One says, time flies when you're having fun. And we've still got the Rumble match to come. Rumble match. How great are Rumble matches? They're always fun. And some big names in this one. It's very different from the 92 Rumble, though. The 92 Rumble was dripping with Hall of Famers. And there's been quite a few names that have left. I got to tell you that on the poster for Royal Rumble 1993, this is quite interesting. It's got a picture of Bret and Razor and then lots of superstars at the bottom. And I don't know if they changed it. They might have changed it. But a lot of the superstars that were originally at the bottom of the poster are not on the show. Do not feature on this show. You've got people like Ultimate Warrior and Kamala and Nails and just like quite a few like decent names. British Bulldog are shown at the bottom and they're not on this show. It's just another example of the posters just being completely disconnected from the shows. Nice stretch by Razor. I'm just thinking about Money in the Bank right now. Was Charlotte on the poster for Money in the Bank this year, but she wasn't at the show? Let me have a look at that. Money in the Bank 2020. Because there's a lot of examples of posters, yeah. So Charlotte is on the poster. Charlotte's on the poster. Was the belt defended? I don't think it was it? No, and she wasn't on the show. Isn't that amazing? Here is one of the. Let me show you what I'm talking about. They did come out with another poster that didn't have her on it. But I do remember that they did have abdominal stretch there by... There we go. This is the one I'm talking about. That was one of the original posters for Money in the Bank that had Charlotte on. And she wasn't on the show. She doesn't feature at all. They've got a lot of examples of that. Razor stomping at the back of Bret. Biggest mistake Bret ever made was going to WCW. They totally wasted him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd have to agree. I think that he would probably say the same as well. You know, one of his biggest regrets was doing that. Isn't Becky on there too? I think there's quite a few on that Money in the Bank poster that don't make it to the show. I remember people looking at the poster for clues. And I remember saying, I wouldn't bother looking for clues. Posters aren't the most reliable things in the world. But how we got onto that subject is the exact same thing happened at Royal Rumble 1993. Its poster, a first poster, original poster, had loads of stars that weren't on the show. Bret trying to get the pin on Razor. This has been back and forth, this match. Razor stomping away. Camel clutch. Camel clutch by Razor. Nice. 22 minutes until we get to the Rumble. Did you like Hogan going to WCW? I didn't watch WCW. I've got to stress this. So I didn't know what was happening over there. I didn't watch it. It wasn't on my radar. I knew of it because I would see it on TV sometimes. But I was a kid. I didn't know that there was this other massive promotion that was a big deal. No one at my school spoke about it. None of my friends were into it. You know, there weren't loads of people into WWE, but if you was into wrestling, you was into WWE, WWF. I don't know of many people that were into... I don't know of anyone, actually, when I was a kid that was into WCW. So it just wasn't a thing. I mean, to me, when I can remember Hulk Hogan against Yokozuna at King of the Ring, I think in '93 actually, and the camera explodes. That to me is the death of Hulkamania. That's when Hulkamania died, because he was gone. I never saw him again after that. Now, I know, you know, years after that he went to WCW, he was a big star over there, all this kind of stuff, but you got to remember, this is before I was young. There wasn't an internet. I didn't have loads of friends that were into wrestling. I wasn't getting wrestling magazines, and if I was, it was the WWF magazine, and, you know, there was a severe lack of WCW information in the WWF magazine. So yeah, I was out of the loop. I was not in the know. Big right hand by Bret. And again, it's been an all right match, this. Waleed says, I didn't know about WCW till I was a teenager. I was about the same. I knew it existed. I knew it was a thing. If someone had said, have you heard of it? It'd be like, yeah, I've seen it on TV on a Saturday or something, you know, when I was around my grandparents. But if you used to tell me that it was a massive show the same size as WWE and that's where Hogan had gone and all that, I'd be like, what? Not a clue. So advertising-wise, they did not connect with me. I've always been a wrestling guy. I've never cared what the promotion was as long as the wrestling was good, says Jim. Bret picks up, inverted atomic drop. Clothesline. 1, 2. It's going to have to do more than that to put Razor away. Here we go. Bret picking up Razor. Backbreaker. So Bret is in control right now. Bret in the corner. Razor is up on his feet. 1, 2. Was that a flying shoulder tackle or a flying clothesline? I couldn't quite see. He is throwing everything at Razor here. He's having to work so hard. Running Bulldog. Love that. 1, 2. Why didn't we just watch WWF at your grandparents' house? WWF was on Sky. It wasn't on, like, normal TV. And I only had normal TV. We only had, like, 4 channels at home. My grandparents only had 4 channels. And every weekend, I'd go round to my grandparents. And WCW was on Channel 4, one of the 4 channels. So you could watch that on a Saturday. In a way, it's kind of crazy it wasn't more popular because it was certainly easier to watch. Whereas WWE, it was on Sky. You had to have Sky Sports to watch it. I'd certainly never had that as a kid. But my cousin did. My cousin, my uncle and aunt, they did. Referee falls down. I think, did Razor just, like, trip the ref so he broke that hold? Here we go. Razor round the back. Oh, straight to the midsection. And again. Bret Hart down on his knees. I think WCW was on Channel 5. It could have been. But I don't think it was when I was young because I'm sure Channel 5 came in around 96, 97. And I distinctly remember watching Surface Thing. I loved Surface Thing. So I think it might have been on 5. But I'm sure in the early 90s it was on a terrestrial channel. Back suplex by Bret Hart. Because as I said, I remember watching it. I would go and I'd hope it was on. I'd be like, oh, I hope that wrestling show's on. And I'd try and see if I could find it. But I mean, I wasn't like checking the newspaper to see if it was on and what time it was on and all stuff like this. I wasn't like that bothered. But I'd have the TV on and see if it was on at the time. And if it was on, then I wanted to see Surfer Sting, or Sting as he was known. But Surfer Sting as we know him now. And honestly, I can't even remember any. I'll tell you where it was. It was at MGM. Picks up. Bret Hart is looking for the razor's edge. Here we go. Bret, though, managing to get out of it. Double underhook. 1, 2. Kick out by Razor. I think WCW Thunder was Channel 5. WCW was on ITV. I remember it well. It was a Thursday. No, that can't be right either, because it might have been on ITV, but I definitely watched it round my grandparents of a weekend. I wouldn't have gone round my grandparents on a Thursday. I never did. It must have been a weekend. Unless it was a replay. Perhaps it was shown on a Thursday and then replayed on a weekend. Don't know, but it must have been a weekend, because I only went round on a weekend. Wasn't WCW the #1 wrestling company and beat WWF at one point? Yes. Throughout 96, was it? I think it was like 96 for 82 weeks. Because you've got the Eric Bischoff podcast, haven't you, that's named after it, for 82 weeks or 83 weeks. It beat WWE in the ratings. I mean, by the time we're getting to that point, by the time we're getting to 96, 97, I'm aware of it then. But well, I'm talking like 93, 94. Bret Hart with the pin on Razor. Only gets a 2. It used to be ITV days. My granddad would tape it for me, says the big guy. Here we go. Bret Hart looking to get that sharpshooter on. There it is. Sharpshooter. He's got it on Razor. Razor has given up. Bret Hart wins with the sharpshooter. Bobby Heenan's gutted. I thought that match was all right. I've got to be honest, I think it's probably not the best watch-along. Probably should have been talking about the match a little more, but I thought it was all right. He's had to dig quite deep there. People were confused when Luger appeared on Raw and Nitro in the same night. DCRG says it's 83 weeks, but it was actually 84. Interesting. Da-na-na-na-na. Channel 4 also had some pay-per-views. Some good knowledge in the chat. So, Bret Hart showing off that winged eagle. Look, people with their old school cameras. Love Bret's music, man. Butter Spark says Razor should have been WWF champ. Kisses that. Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot about that. Bobby Heenan is going to reveal Narcissus. Do you remember that from the other day? We were doing the watch-along. Here's Bobby Heenan, look. He's being led by a couple of security guys out to the arena. Bobby is amongst the common folk. Walking through the commoners. So he's going to reveal Narcissus. He was talking about this on Raw. Narcissus. I don't even know how you spell it. Narciss. They're ready. Look at them ladies. Them ladies are ready. Bobby says this is an honor. Narcissus, Lex Luger. I'm going with that. Look at how epic this is. There he is, look, kneeling down. Luger stands. He's got mirror in front of him. Don't tease us, Lex. Show us what you've got, Lex. Oh, a little... Oh. Yeah, show us, Lex. Oh, yeah! This is like a Vince McMahon dream. Bobby Heenan. Feast your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes. Treat yourselves. So weird. Bobby Heenan says you are in love with yourself. You've got every right to be Bobby Heenan putting over Narcissus. It's amazing, isn't it? He keeps teasing. He's such a tease. One of them. He's giving one of them now. He's giving one of them, isn't he? It's so weird, isn't it? Show the world. Bobby Heenan's like, look at that! Look at that! Ladies, do you like what you see? Zoom it. Oh, look at the definition, guys. Oh my God. I've never seen definition like that. All I can say is thank the Lord we have 4K so that I can see this in the highest definition possible. There's not a humanoid that doesn't wish they were in your shoes. You are something. Yeah, look at him. Oh, he is put together. She's going, look at the size of her camera. She's like, let's get the add-on flash on here as well. Have we got that? John, have you brought the longer lens? John. Oh, you're not John. Where's John? John, have you brought the longer lens? Thank you. Here we look at. Woo! Bobby Heenan. Yes, let the world hear. There's a goofball in the back called Vince McMahon. Bobby Heenan spits as he says the name perfect. Lex Luger says he is truly incredible. Look at the size of those ham hocks. Yes. Look at the size of those ham hocks. So this was the debut of Lex Luger in WWE. It's weird. It is weird. Beyond perfection. I know you're impressed. Bobby's like, whoa. Perfect. John was the man back in the day. Indeed. He said narcissist. That's not your name. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a part of history. This is the highlight of my career, says Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan, who accompanied Andre the Giant to the ring at the main event of WrestleMania 3, says, this is the highlight of my career. Bobby Heenan pleading, please, Lex, let me see your legs one more time. It's weird. It's weird. I wasn't expecting that. Caesar and Cleopatra are here, guys. Obviously, we're building towards WrestleMania 9. Where are they? Don't announce them and then deny us. Here we go. Wow. Caesar and Cleopatra are here. Are they at WrestleMania 9? And if so, are they the same people? Because I'd be interested to know if they change actors between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 9. Could you imagine if Caesar and Cleopatra change by the time we get to WrestleMania 9? Oh, man. Wrestling was a riot back in 93. Just didn't know what to expect. Didn't know what was going to happen next. Can you imagine if they tried to do something like this today? Can you imagine? How is that crowd not booing them out the building? How is that crowd not throwing rubbish at them? I mean, she looks stunning, in all fairness. I'm pretty sure Zelina Vega has got that outfit. 5 minutes till the Rumble. Friends, Romans, lend me your ears. Wasn't Mania the toga one? Yes, it was. Why do I feel like this guy is someone? Why do I feel like this guy is someone? Who was Caesar at Royal Rumble 1993? Don't know if I'm going to get an answer on that. Someone else has asked the same question. Does anyone know who played Caesar and Cleopatra at Royal Rumble 93? And someone said it was the real them. Amazing answer. This is... I don't know, how are people not booing? He's got a voice as if he is like, you know, an announcer. Right, Royal Rumble match coming up. Let the games begin. That's pretty cool. It's worth having them there just for that, innit? So there we go. This was the first time that the winner of the Royal Rumble would go on to face the champ at WrestleMania. That is not a stipulation they had had before. The year before, the winner was the champ. The title was on the line. Right, Royal Rumble time, my friends. The moment we've all been waiting for. Right, so they're reading out the rules. It was 3 days after this event that Andre passed away. Wow, that's great knowledge, Ricky. Right. Fink is bringing out who drew number one, and that person is Ric Flair. Well, this isn't fair to Flair. Yeah, he came in at number 3 last year and was victorious. Boos for Ric Flair. I've got an amazing fact about Ric Flair, but I can't tell you until after the Rumble. But I've got a fact that is really cool. So, Ric Flair, number 1. And Bob Backlund has drawn number 2. Former WWE champion. Bob Backlund. I tell you what, this is amazing. Bob Backlund puts his hand out to shake the hand of Ric Flair. Ric Flair's like, woo! Yeah, 2 former champions, Bob Backlund and Ric Flair locking up against the ropes. I tell you what, I'm really into this. I'm really into this. Bob Backlund against Ric Flair. Just for a couple of minutes. Because I don't know that I don't think we ever got the match in WWE. But obviously, Ric Flair, multiple-time NWA champion. Bob Backlund was a WWE champion for a good few years. He's a very good wrestler, Bob Backlund. Stepping forward. Ric Flair, look, you can see. Little bit cautious. He knows Bob Backlund's a good wrestler. Oh, heel tactics already by Flair. Chop in the corner. Do pinfalls count in Rumble? I'm asking for a friend. Sadly not. Up. Big back body drop. I think I know why you're asking. Backlund has got Ric Flair up, look. He's got him up for a while. Nice. And Flair goes down. Flair was in a rivalry with Perfect at the time. He was. We saw that on the Raws that we watched the other day. Backlund trying to eliminate Ric Flair. Right, number 3. Papa Shango. Papa Shango. I used to love Shango as a kid. Papa Shango with his voodoo. And his black magic. Headbutt to Bob Backlund and again. Choking Bob Backlund. Don't forget the winner will go on to compete for the championship at WrestleMania 9. Papa Shango's gone. Papa Shango's gone. Ric Flair grabs the leg of Papa Shango. Wow, quick elimination there. So we're back down to Bob Backlund and Ric Flair. Bob Backlund managing to survive. Ric Flair, elbow to the back of the head. Bob Backlund managing to get back into the ring, though. Kicks coming in by Ric Flair. That was a quick elimination, wasn't it? Not everyone has entrance music, no. I don't know actually if they're going to play the entrance music. They should play it. They played Rick's. I don't know that Bob Backlund had entrance music. So I don't think he had anything. Papa Shango did, so I don't know why they didn't play his. But this will be interesting to see if they play entrance music for the other ones. Here we go. Backlund hurls Ric Flair into the corner. Ric Flair goes down. He's pleading with Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund slowly making his way over. Oh, here we go. The countdown clock. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's on the way? $1 Million Man? $1 Million Man? Yeah, it doesn't seem like they are doing the entrance music. So, $1 Million Man makes his way down. Against the ropes. Nice back elbow to Bob Backlund. Flair and Backlund did have a match. It was an interpromotional match. Backlund was the WWE champion at the time, and Flair was the NWA champion. Amazing. Here we go, Flair. Trying to work with Ted DiBiase to eliminate Bob Backlund. $1 Million Man, yep. Godfather, a.k.a. Papa Shango, a.k.a. Karma, a.k.a. Goodfather, a.k.a. retired. Imagine if we saw all of them in this Rumble. Just different versions of him coming out. Big strikes coming in by Ted DiBiase. So we've had 4 people so far. How long have we got left? We've got an hour. We've got 1 hour left, that's all, of this Royal Rumble 1993. I believe you came without entrance music to the ring. Only crowd sounds, says Be Like No One. Well, we've got another countdown. So far, we've had Ric Flair, Bob Backlund, Papa Shango, $1 Million Man, and Nasty Boy Brian Knobbs. So, against the ropes. Nice double clothesline. Someone has always got a price for the $1 Million Man. Boom. Smacking Ted DiBiase and Ric Flair's heads together. Ric Flair almost got eliminated. Right hand's coming down. Ric Flair straight over. Bob Backlund managing to grab Ric Flair, hurling him into the corner. Face first goes Ted DiBiase. I'm thinking... Oh, yeah, I saw that news about Renee Young. Renee Young saying she's got a big announcement for Wednesday, which is very strange. If she's pregnant, why doesn't she just announce it? I don't know. Right, Brian is with Ted DiBiase. Bob Backlund is still unloading on Ric Flair. He's calling for the pit stop. He's calling for the pit stop. Ah! Moody. I used to love that move as a kid as well. Grab your friends. You'd be like, ah! Amazing. Virgil! Virgil's here! He's going to go right after the $1 Million Man. I used to love Virgil's music as well. Nice, underneath the legs. Inverted atomic drop. He's gone. Lovely. Look at these strikes by Virgil. I can't believe they couldn't do more with Virgil. Virgil, Brian Knobbs working together. Big back body drop on Ted DiBiase. I kind of feel like Virgil could have gone into a tag team. If they couldn't do anything with him as a single star, I think he could have made a good tag team with someone. She's not pregnant. She replied to someone who thought she was. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're pregnant, you don't say, oh, I'm going to tell you on Wednesday. You just tend to come out with it, don't you? Virgil with some big strikes to $1 Million Man. So Brian Knobbs has been eliminated. We've still got Bob Backlund, Ric Flair, Virgil, and Ted DiBiase in there. She hasn't got COVID anymore. Oh. Oh, what? That might be the news? Nah, I don't think it's that. If she hasn't got it, I think she would just come out and say it. This sounds like it's a move or a new project or a new show. Or she's leaving WWE, going to AEW, or I don't know. Yeah, who's next? Jerry the King Lawler? Jerry the King? Wow, Jerry Lawler on his way down. Now, just think about the people that are in that ring. You've got Jerry Lawler, the King of Memphis. You got Ric Flair, the King of Wrestling. And you got Bob Backlund, former WWE champion. Just seeing Jerry Lawler and Ric Flair. Look at these two going at it. Jerry Lawler unloading on Ric Flair. Ric Flair rolls out the ring. Jerry Lawler going after Virgil right now. I think she's going to announce a new show. Big chops coming in by Virgil. I think people are speculating Renee's pregnant because she said big fat news. Virgil on the top. Jerry Lawler grabbing the hair of Ric Flair. Honestly, anything Renee announces, I will be happy for. She's going through a lot, so any good news is good. Yeah, I like Renee. I got a lot of time for Renee. Don't get me started on that Sarah Schreiber, though. Right, here we go. Countdown again. I don't know what number we're up to. Max Moon! Yeah! We saw Max Moon in action the other day. Max Moon, a.k.a. Conan. Yeah, man. Big strikes. To Jerry Lawler. Lovely drop kick by Max Moon. I mean, Max Moon wasn't, like, the biggest name. He was kind of used to... Well, he was used in a couple of feuds, but... Here we go. Max Moon is trading blows with Flair. Jerry Lawler is unloading on Virgil. Days, what's wrong with Schreiber? Oh, she just goes wandering up to people going, what, can you explain your actions out there, please? No, excuse me, or have you got a moment or anything? Bobby Lashley, can you just explain what your thought process was out there? Sorry, who are you? Rude. That's what she is. Rude. I call her rude Sarah Schreiber. Sarah the rude person Schreiber. I mean, in fairness, she's got a job to do. So asking questions is kind of what she's all about. But still. The return of Talking Smack. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, well, we've got Raw talk, so Talking Smack would make a lot of sense, yeah. Max Moon is on that top rope. He's perched in a precarious position. Don't hate on Sarah. Well, I am. I am, and I will. Until she learns some manners. Here we go. Max Moon going over. Gets dumped to the outside. Max Moon has gone. Is that Tenryu? Tenryu, yes. Tenryu, right? Tenryu. Here's what you need to know about Tenryu. Tenryu was a guest for this Royal Rumble. He is a massive name in Japan. He worked a lot with All Japan Wrestling. But he is also a former New Japan IWGP Heavyweight Champion. This is not a jobber. This is not a random well, it is random. But I think they needed like a decent name. So they went and got one of the biggest names out of Japan. It would be like getting Okada today. It would be like WWE needing a bit of star power and just saying, can we borrow Okada for the Rumble? That's what they did with Tenryu there. And when he retired, Dave Meltzer said that Tenryu is probably in the top 5 greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time. Think about that. That is high praise. That is high praise. So you're really talking about Antonio Inoki, maybe Giant Baba, Muta, Jushin, and then maybe Tenryu. A lot of chopping in this match, yes. Tenryu had some good WCW matches in the late 80s, says Sean. Well, we're moving on. We're moving on. I don't know what number we're up to. Mr. Perfect! Perfect's here! He's going to go right after Flair. He's going right after Flair. These two in a feud. We know that they hate each other. Look at these chops. Big strike. Flair goes down. Knee lift. Here we go. Flair over to the corner. Oh, but a rake of the eyes to Perfect. Flair going up top. Perfect grabbing Flair. Tenryu standing back. Whoa, look at that. This Rumble now has all become about Perfect and Flair. The countdown chant sounds like it's all kids in the crowd. Oh, it probably was a very young crowd, yeah, very young. Bobby Heenan is concerned. Obviously, he wants Flair to succeed here, and Perfect scuppering those plans, potentially. Perfect grabs Flair and now throws in some chops of his own. It's great. That has just brought the energy that this needed. The Rumble was kind of chugging along all right. But man, Perfect bolting it down to the ring was really cool. We've still got Bob Backlund in there. Jerry Lawler is in there. Tenryu's in there. Virgil is in there. Ted DiBiase is still in there. So we've got a good chunk of people that are still in the Rumble. And we got the countdown clock. Who's coming next? Who next? Skinner? Skinner? Do you remember Skinner? I love Skinner. He was rubbish. They just never did anything with him, but I love Skinner. The Austrian guy is here. Werner Schnitzel. Shout out to Werner Schnitzel. Against the ropes goes Perfect. Clothesline. Oh, Flair has gone. Flair has gone. Woo! Eliminated by Perfect. Flair has gone. Oh, look at this. Perfect celebrating because he's just eliminated Ric Flair. Wow. It is pandemonium. So much fun. It's just good fun, isn't it? Like when you were young and you didn't know like the business and you know it was scripted and all this. You just had your favourites and you just cheered for them and you really did just really want them to win. And you can tell there, the crowd very pleased that Flair just got eliminated by Perfect. Strike to the midsection by Skinner. Can you tell us your Flair fact now? Yes, I can tell you my Flair fact now, yes. Oh, I love this fact. Are you ready for this fact? Oh, hang on, let's do this first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next person to come down is Coco. Coco! Look at Coco pulling him up. Running down. As if those trousers aren't wacky enough as it is. He's pulling them up as he's literally running down. They're up to his boobs. Maybe that's what the B stands for. Coco boobs wear. Huh? Anyway, Ric Flair. My Ric Flair fact is that you might remember that on the last Raw that we watched, Ric Flair challenged Mr. Perfect to a loser leaves WWE match, right? And that was going to be shown on Raw the next week. Now, that match has already happened by the time this Royal Rumble happens because they've recorded it. It's been recorded, right? So that means that the loser leaves WWE and the loser really left WWE, right? It's not, they weren't gone for a week or two. They left for a long, long time. That match had happened and someone had gone. But because it was recorded and it hadn't been shown, they still needed, obviously, to work the Royal Rumble. Ric Flair loses that match. Ric Flair leaves the WWE. And it wouldn't be shown until the next night on Raw. Because obviously this is a Sunday night that the Rumble's on. And Raw is on a Monday. So people haven't seen it yet. But Ric Flair versus Mr. Perfect. Loser leaves WWE. That was going to get shown the very next night. But it's already happened. It's already been recorded. Ric Flair has already lost. So, technically, Ric Flair is not part of WWE during this match. How amazing is that fact? Ric Flair has already lost a loser leaves WWE match, but no one has seen it yet, apart from the people in attendance. Love that fact. Love that fact. And so, the very next night, Ric Flair is gone. Done. I think he was unhappy with how he was being used. He wasn't, I don't know. I don't know the reason why he left, actually. Let's have a look. Let's have a look together. Fatu making his way down. One of the head shrinkers, by the way. Ric Flair. Here we go. Flair teamed with Razor to take on Savage and Perfect. Flair Flair appeared in the Rumble. He lost a loser leaves match on Monday Night Raw, but this was taped 6 days earlier. And he made his return to WCW. Flair returned to WCW in 1993. He would stay there till 1996. It doesn't say why he left WWF, to be honest. I would be very interested to know why. I think it's got something to do with the fact that he wasn't going to be used in the main event picture. You know, they were going with other people. But yeah, he goes to WCW, and he's in WCW 96. Actually, I mean, he stays there all the way through till 2001, doesn't he? Because in 96, he then feuds with the NWO. But there you go. Ric Flair is gone after this, and he's not back until the end of WCW. Berserker! Hut! The Berserker! Hut! Love the Berserker. I've got his figure somewhere. Mattel made a Berserker figure. It's really cool. He's big guy, isn't he, Berserker? He's a big guy. Right, no idea what we're up to. He left because he lost, says Chalmers. Very true. Very true. The answer was there all along. Jerry Lawler eliminated. Knee to the midsection. So Jerry Lawler has gone. Perfect in trouble here. He's fighting hard. Jerry Lawler grabbing at Mr. Perfect. They're all trying to work together to eliminate Perfect. He's holding on. He's desperately holding on. Yeah, Jerry has been eliminated. Oh, Perfect has gone. Perfect has been eliminated. Days Rick came back and he was still WCW champ, and he called himself the Real World's champ. Well, Perfect he left with a tear in his eye. Papa Fiendy, shout out to you, Sonny Wolf. Right, who have we got in the ring now? I mean, Bob Backlund is still in there. He drew number 2. Bobby Heenan says he feels a bit better now that Perfect has been eliminated. Jerry Lawler walking away. Oh, no. I love that reaction by Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler's like talking to the crowd when he turns around. The Undertaker is making his way down to the ring. Oh, yeah. My Undertaker. Oh, wow. But that reaction by Jerry Lawler, he just got eliminated. He was walking back up the way, and he's like talking to the crowd, and he turns around, he sees The Undertaker, he's like, huh? It's a great reaction. Bob Backlund through the rope, so I think he's all right. Berserker using a chair, though. Undertaker in the ring with his grey gloves and his grey boot coverings. This is OG Taker. Berserker is exposing the floor. Scooping up. Slamming down Bob Backlund. This is so random seeing Tenryu fighting with The Undertaker. And The Undertaker eliminates him. Wow. One of the greatest Japanese performers ever just got eliminated by The Undertaker. That sounds right. That sounds right. I've no qualms with that. I've zero qualms. Big strikes by Berserker. Bob Backlund down on the outside. Berserker back into the ring with Koko Beware. Bob Backlund, Koko Beware, Berserker, Undertaker, Ted DiBiase. That's who we've got in the ring right now. Flair explains a lot on the BT Sport documentary. Terry Taylor, formerly known as the Red Rooster. I watched your old video of you spearing John Cena using the water slide, says Colin. Yeah, man, had a lot of fun with that. Headbutt by Koko. I think I would find some broken figures. Wow, Terry Taylor and Koko have gone. Undertaker's got $1 Million Man. Chokeslam to Ted DiBiase, who stumbles over. Clothesline. $1 Million Man has gone. Undertaker's in there with Berserker. Bob Backlund is still in this, but he's on the outside. He went through the ropes and he got beaten up by Berserker, but we're seeing Berserker headbutt the peanut. Giant Gonzalez is here! Giant Gonzalez! Look at the size of him! We'd never seen him before. Berserker eliminated. Undertaker turns his back on the... Look at the Giant! The tallest WWE superstar ever. Ever. Undertaker turns around. Look at OG Taker. Face to face with the Giant Gonzalez. Undertaker, I know, didn't love this feud. As a kid, I freaking did. Look at this. Giant Gonzalez is not in the Rumble. Harvey Wimpleman, I think, was upset that The Undertaker had defeated Kamala. So he said he was going to get someone special. Wow. Look at this. They're slowly taking... Oh, look at the difference in height. Look at the difference. Undertaker is legit like 6'10". 6'8", 6'10". Gonzalez eliminates Undertaker. A chop and under... Oh. Bobby Heenan says, we've never seen The Undertaker manhandled like this. Headbutt by the Giant Gonzalez. With his furry pants. Jordan O'McBean. It's incredible, isn't it? Gonzalez hurls Undertaker into the steps. I mean, it is true. We had not seen Undertaker being treated like this. Look at the size. Bobby Heenan says, Undertaker being treated like a child. Giant Gonzalez steps over the top rope, but not in a way where he has to really pull them down and it looks a bit forced. It looks natural because he's that freaking big. It's incredible. Giant Gonzalez chokeslams The Undertaker. Wow. Stop talking about Rick. He's been eliminated. Rick has been eliminated. And Gonzalez's work is done. I don't know who's been meant to be coming down, but no one's been in a rush to get in the ring. There's no one that's gone into the ring. Yeah, IRS is on his way down, but he's in no rush. What? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Undertaker's absolutely motionless. Incredible. Coastamaniac says, how's everyone doing? How are you, Days? I'm good, dude. I'm good, man. I'm enjoying reliving the moment that the Giant Gonzalez arrived in WWE. He is a monster. Just look at the size of him. He would tower over Andre. And when he puts his arms up like that as well. I mean, to stand over the ring from someone that tall with their arms in the air, you'd be like... Undertaker trying to sit up, but not able to do it. Bob Backlund has managed to roll into the ring. They've got IRS in there and Damien Demento. But yeah, Bob Backlund's still in there. Undertaker has now been eliminated, but he's out. He's just slumped in the corner. He's down in the corner. Motionless. Another countdown clock. Days, what happened to Giant Gonzalez after WrestleMania? He carried on competing, didn't he? Tatanka. Tatanka making his way down. But I don't remember him beyond 93. Let's have a look. 93. Gonzalez turned... So Gonzalez lost to Undertaker at SummerSlam. He turned on Harvey Wimpleman and became a face. The Giant Gonzalez became a face. He was then going to be feuding with Adam Bomb, but it never really got going. His last appearance was on the 4th of October in a 20-man battle royal for the Intercontinental Championship. Gonzalez was first eliminated by Macho Man, Diesel, Bastion Booger, 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, Adam Bomb, and Bam Bam Bigelow. So there we go. Giant Gonzalez was eliminated from that by loads of people. And then his contract just expired. His contract was up. His contract was up on the 7th of October, and I don't think they knew what to do with him. I think he was brought in to be a monster for The Undertaker to have a feud with, and that's exactly what happened. But by the 7th of October, he's gone. And he sadly passed away in 2010. Sadly passed away. I know he didn't have a great deal of money, and Harvey Wimpleman sent him a lot of money. Kept sending him money, basically. So it's quite a sad story, the story of Giant Gonzalez. Nice slam by Tatanka. Here comes Sags. Wow, I tell you what, that really woke this Rumble up. There's been a few good moments. I like Perfect coming down and going crazy on Flair. I have really enjoyed Giant Gonzalez coming down. And we've got just over half an hour to go. Half an hour left. Right, Damien Demento, Bob Backlund, Tatanka, Jerry Sags, IRS, Bob Backlund has been in the Rumble for 36 minutes. Damien Demento looked like someone out of Mad Max. Clothesline, down goes IRS. Big Tomahawk chop by Tatanka. Clothesline to IRS. Big strikes coming in by Bob Backlund. It's settling down again now. We've kind of had that mad moment with the Giant Gonzalez. So, but Gonzalez was in WCW for a short time. Yes, he was. Wasn't he El Gigante? That rings a bell. 5, 4, here we go. Typhoon? Yes! Typhoon! Who would go to Shockmaster. He would go to WCW and become Shockmaster. But here he is as Typhoon. Shoulder charges by Typhoon. They were such a great team. Do you remember them? The Natural Disasters. I love Typhoon's ring attire as well. Typhoon's ring attire is amazing. I should have a Typhoon figure somewhere. Yeah, I can see it. Typhoon, man. They did a Typhoon Mattel figure. Where can I watch Fyter Fest? You have to get the Fight TV subscription. It's like $4.99 a month. So we got Typhoon, Damien Demento, Jerry Sags of the Nasty Boys, Tatanka, Bob Backlund, IRS. I think that's about it. Natural Disasters were unstoppable. They were cool, man. They were really cool. Face first goes Tatanka. Such a different kind of a team as well, the Natural Disasters, you know? You was never going to get great wrestling out of them, but just their size caused such problems. Yeah, on the top rope, he's getting choked out by IRS. Bob Backlund, I think, is trying to eliminate him on his own. Silly Backlund. Silly Bob Backlund. What are you doing? He's been in there so long, he's gone silly. Next person coming down. Samu. Fatu? Is this Fatu? I remember Shockmaster bursting through the wall. It's an amazing moment, isn't it? It's a classic wrestling moment when that happened. Bobby Heenan says, I knew this Rumble would be good, but nothing like this. It's been an alright Rumble. It's been alright. Fyter Fest is free in the US if you got TNT. Who would win between Giant Gonzalez or the Great Khali? Well, certainly not the fans. Both are very limited. Quite slow. I'd love to see a real fight between them. Put them in an octagon. That'd be interesting. Giant Gonzalez against Great Khali inside of a UFC octagon. Who would win? I don't know who would win. I know a little of the story. Mr. Perfect is top of the list of guys that never were but should have been WWF champion, says David P85. I'm in the middle of a storm, says DCRG. Looks like a hurricane, but it is just a normal storm. Wow, stay safe, my friend. Stay safe. 27 minutes, that's all, my friends. Less than half an hour left of this Royal Rumble. I don't know how many entries we've had. There's a fair few people in the ring right now. Next person. Earthquake! Earthquake! So we're going to have both of the Natural Disasters. Ah, yes. Earthquake going after Typhoon. Why is he going after Typhoon? I know it's every man for himself, but would it not make sense to get rid of everyone else first? So Earthquake and Typhoon going at it. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Oh, look at the two of them just colliding in the corner. Earthquake and Typhoon. It's so weird seeing these two competing against each other. Earthquake and Typhoon. Earthquake goes across. Crashes into the corner. Typhoon backs up a little. Charges over. Oh, Earthquake eliminates Typhoon. There we go. Earthquake eliminates Typhoon. Well, it is every man for himself. I do think that's really stupid of the natural disasters, though. They could have got rid of everyone. They could have got rid of everyone. 23, it'll be 24 soon. Natural disasters going at it. That was fun. Great that Bob Backlund is still in there. Oh, yeah, no, we've still got Yokozuna to come. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon. Big name, but just filler for this. Damien Demento holds on, survives. Shockmaster versus the Shark. Yes. Jim Gore, you're right. Shockmaster versus the Shark, a.k.a. Earthquake versus Typhoon. That is both of their WCW personas. So, the ring filling up now. Yokozuna is going to destroy the ring. Yeah, man. It's going to take a lot of them to eliminate him. Carlos with some big right hands. I hope Earthquake's still in there when Yoko comes out. I'd love to see them face to face. Carlos Colon getting an elimination. Earthquake is trying to eliminate Bob Backlund. He's got Bob Backlund in the corner. Desperately trying to eliminate him. 46 minutes for Backlund now. 46 minutes. Chop coming in by Tatanka. It's a great showing by Bob Backlund. Here we go. Another countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tito Santana. Fun fact about Tito Santana. He is the only WWE superstar to have competed at Royal Rumble 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, and 93. The only superstar that features and appears in all of the first 6 Royal Rumbles is Tito Santana. It's a shame to see that the commentary team of Heenan and Monsoon are no longer with us. I agree, David. I agree. The best. Backlund does look absolutely spent. He does look absolutely shattered. And unsurprisingly, so Tito trying to get Backlund over the top rope. Backlund is hanging on IRS. People don't want Backlund to get eliminated here, you know. He's definitely got the support of the crowd, which is really great to see. Because Backlund's prime was like the late 70s, early 80s. So here in 93, you know. Look at Backlund. Backlund's like... Keep saying 43 as if 43 is like really old. Bobby Heenan keeps going on about him being 43. Isn't that like the same age that AJ Styles is now? I think Bob Backlund there is the same age as AJ now. Earthquake trying to eliminate Carlos Colon. Bob Backlund getting up to his feet. Tatanka going over to the side, but still holding on. We're counting down again. 5, 4, 3, 2... Rick the Model Martel. Yeah. Rick the Model Martel going right after Tito Santana. These two used to be in a tag team. Rick the Model face first into that turnbuckle. Big strike by Tito. IRS up and over the top. IRS has gone. I think Undertaker is causing this storm. Did you hear Brock might be winning the championship at SummerSlam? I heard he could be coming back, yes, at SummerSlam. But I didn't hear that he'd be winning it. Strike Force, yep. The higher the number, the greater your chance. Got Jerry Sags getting in the face of Earthquake. Bob Backlund, look. People are trying to cheer Backlund on. He's survived again. People love it, man. People love Bob Backlund's heart. It's great to see. It's great to see a legend like that getting the respect that he deserves, you know. Strike Force going at it. Rick Martel is being attacked by Tatanka right now. Carlos Colon has gone after Earthquake. We've got Carlos Colon, Earthquake, Tatanka, Rick the Model Martel, Tito Santana, Bob Backlund. Everyone else has gone. Jerry Sags is in as well. We're counting down. Here he is! Here he is! Yokozuna, the game changer, has arrived. Yokozuna making his way. Oh, I want to see Earthquake and Yokozuna. Earthquake used to be a sumo wrestler. John Tenta was actually in sumo. Yoko getting into the ring. He is incredible. If someone's going to throw him out, they're going to have to work together here. Big chop by Tatanka. Big right hand by Yoko. Trading blows here, Tatanka and Yoko. Tatanka up, over the top, gets eliminated. Carlos Colon having a go now. Carlos Colon with a headbutt. And he throws Carlos Colon. Colon holds on. Oh, but gets caught. Here we go. Here we go. The Earthquake. And Yokozuna. The Earthquake points. Oh, Daddy. Yes. Yes. This is what I wanted. This is what... Oh, the Earthquake. The Earthquake's causing the tremors. The tremors of the Earthquake. Here we go. Face to face in the ring. Yokozuna and the Earthquake. Earthquake saying, you're going out of here. Against the ropes. Collides into Yokozuna. Yokozuna doesn't budge. Look at this. Soons. Collides into him again and just slightly rocks backwards. Owen Hart. Owen Hart in the ring. Duck underneath. Earthquake goes for a clothesline. Yokozuna wobbling. Yokozuna is wobbling. He's in his corner. He's still on his feet. Earthquake. Charging over. Big splash by Earthquake. Earthquake getting the better here. Earthquake backing up. He's saying to the crowd one more. This feels dangerous. This feels dangerous. Earthquake. Too soon. Belly to belly. Belly to belly. Yoko with a belly to belly. Earthquake eliminated by Yokozuna. Wow. It was a messy belly to belly. He kind of had him. Then he didn't. Then he just kind of does whatever he can to get him over the top rope. But the Earthquake has been eliminated by Yokozuna. Owen Hart in the ring yet. He wasn't really a focus. I think, is he in high energy at this point? New Foundation? Gorilla Monsoon says, I like Owen Hart's chances. Against the ropes goes Tito. Into the corner. Goes Owen. Tito trying to get Yoko off his feet. I don't know why. That's not going to help them. Trying to get him off his feet seems really silly. Here we go. Tito is thrown over the top but survives. Bob Backlund is still in there. Bob Backlund is still in there. Repo Man. Repo Man making his way down to the ring. Yokozuna standing his ground in the center. We have got around about 14 minutes left. That's all, my friends. 14 minutes left of Royal Rumble 1993. Some decent matches in the build to the Rumble. The Rumble certainly had some great matches. Giant Gonzalez, Yoko and Earthquake, Perfect and Flair, Bob Backlund's performance. It's been a few talking points. One half of Demolition, says Michael. Yoko against the ropes. Tito, Bob Backlund trying to work together to eliminate Yoko. Here we go. Sags has gone over. Repo has gone over. Rick Martel has gone over. Owen Hart has gone over. They've all gone over. Trying to get the big man up. Desperately trying to pick up Yoko. Gorilla says, I hope the ring doesn't tip over. Bobby Heenan says it's like a load of puppies at feeding time. And Yoko has powered his way out of that. I mean, that kind of shows there might not be enough guys in there to eliminate Yoko. Only minutes left. One more. This is the final person. And it is the Macho Man. And the place erupts. Macho Man Randy Savage. The final entrant in the 1993 Royal Rumble. Big final person to come in. Strikes to the midsection by the Macho Man. Yoko grabbing Tito, hurls him over the top. Tito Santana has been eliminated. We're down to the final 11 minutes. Do you know that 60% of the people in this match were gone by the end of the year? They weren't with WWE by the end of the year. Owen Hart is trying to get back into the ring, and he does. So everyone is in there now. Now it's just about eliminations and getting down to the winner. And Bob Backlund is still there. Owen Hart eliminated. Wow, he really flew, man. Repo Man has been eliminated. It's Macho Man, Rick Martel, Bob Backlund, and Yokozuna. Rick Martel trying to eliminate Bob Backlund. So we're down to 4. We're down to 4. Yoko, Macho, Rick Martel, and Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund has done surely 50 odd minutes by now. He's on the shoulders of Rick the Model. Oh, the crowd don't want him to go. He's desperately trying to cling on to that top rope. He's a minute away from the record. He's got to survive for a minute to get that all-time record at this point. Bob Backlund puts Martel up on the top. Forearm, and Martel has gone. We're down to 3. We're down to 3. Bob Backlund, Yokozuna. Look at Bob. He's like, ah. Oh, whoa. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bobby Bob. Look at Bob. He's shattered. He's shattered. Oh, this is a problem, Bob. Macho's down in the corner. Bob Backlund is looking at Yoko. Drop kick Yoko. He's backed against the ropes. Bob Backlund's got to go for it. No, he's gone. Yoko eliminates Bob Backlund. Boos. Boos. What a performance. What a performance. Fuji is at ringside. Big right hand by Yoko. Will you do a Dominion watch along? I haven't seen any word on Dominion. We're down to 2. Yoko and Macho Man. Fuji urging Yoko to get the job done. Big right hand, down goes Macho Man. Yoko had only been in the Federation about a month. He hadn't been in for very long at all. Yokozuna choking out Macho. In the corner. Headbutt by Yoko. How long have we got left? We've got 7, well, just over 6 minutes now. It's happening on July 12th. Oh, okay. I'd have to check the time and see. Because I wouldn't want to sit here and say yes and then it turns out that I just can't do it. But, I mean, it tends to be in the morning. So I can't see why it would be a problem. And I do have New Japan World. And we did watch Wrestle Kingdom. Kick to the midsection by Macho. Strikes coming in by Savage. We're getting down to the final 5 minutes. Here we go, Macho unloading on Yoko. Yoko back against the ropes. Another big strike. Macho has got to try and find a way of eliminating Yokozuna on his own. Macho Man up top, double axe handle. He's still on his feet. He's still wobbling. Yoko is staggering. Macho Man going up top. Double axe handle to the back, down to one knee. Yokozuna down to one knee. The crowd are going crazy. Here we go. Ah, super kick by Yoko. And Macho goes down. When are you going to stream NXT? On Wednesday. Belly to belly by Yoko. Down goes Macho. So Yoko in control here. Yoko looking to deliver a leg drop. Connects. Oh, look at Macho. He's like, ah. Moody. Boos raining down for Yoko. After that leg drop, Macho Man is basically a Slim Jim. Here we go. Yoko grabbing the hair of Macho. Oh, big right hand. Macho goes down. Days, this has been a great Rumble, says Jerry. It's had a few good stories in it. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad one. Another big right hand. So, Mr. Fuji wants Yokozuna to finish this now. Macho goes into the corner. Yoko backs up. He's going to charge over. Ah! Crashes into the Macho Man. Mr. Fuji saying one more. Give him one more. Macho Man in the corner. Macho moves. Macho Man moved. Macho going up top. Yoko's gone down. Macho drops the elbow. And he goes for the pin. Oh. Yoko wins. Isn't that amazing? How Macho Man goes up top, delivers the elbow, goes for the pin during a Rumble match. Like, why? Did he ever explain why he went for the pin? But Yokozuna pushes Macho Man off of him. And he goes up over the top, eliminated. No, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Doesn't matter. I don't know why he went for the pin. But Yokozuna gets the win. I'd love to know if Macho explained that. Or what the thought process was. Crazy. Caesar and Cleopatra come down. Yokozuna is the winner of the 1993 Royal Rumble. And people are starting to head. Pinning was just an instinct, says Sean. were you thinking, Macho? You flipping idiot. Dun, dun. Yeah, I think I'm guessing it's just instinct. Yeah, you know, you drop the elbow, go for the pin, and before he goes, hang on, no, this is a Rumble match. Before he can even say that to himself, he's flying over the top right. Go for the pin. Hang on, where am I off to now? And off he's gone to the outside. So start thinking about your scores. Start thinking about your scores. What did you think about Steiner Brothers against Beverly Brothers? What did you think about Bam Bam against the Big Boss Man? What did you think about Shawn and Marty and the sensational Sherry being involved? What did you think about Brett Razor? What did you think about the Rumble? What did you think about Yokozuna? What did you think about Giant Gonzalez? Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect. We're backstage with Yoko and they're taking pictures of him. Bret Hart has come though. Bret Hart's got the belt. Getting in his face. That's interesting, isn't it? Yoko didn't do anything there. Bret Hart went up to him and Bret Hart was like, I'm the champ and all this. Wow, there we go. And the Rumble has finished. Get your thoughts in. Get your scores in. Out of 10, what would you score it? 10, 7.25, 8, 8, 8.5, 7, 9, 10, 6.75, 7, 7.25. Colin, thank you, my friend. 7.5 from John. 7 from Jerry. 7 says Austin. Graham says he jumped over the top rope to go after Jake. 0.1 says Killer Sasuke. 8.2 says Texas Ranger fan. 8 says Dave in real life. Very entertaining. Wrestling Days fan says 8. Colin says 8.5. Lauren says 7.75. 6.8. Monica's network just crashed. I'm gonna say, right, for me, I like the tag match. I didn't think there was like any bad matches, but I don't know. There was a couple of matches that just were a little slow and at the start. The Rumble match had a lot of good stuff, but there's a few moments where it kind of dragged. It lacked more big names. I mean, there's no Hogan, there's no Warrior, there's no British Bulldog, there's no Kamala, do you know what I mean? We've got the people like Max Moon and Damien Demento. You know what I mean? We're at that level. Both of the Nasty Boys being in the Rumble kind of level, you know? I feel like they'd lost quite a few big names. You know, if you think about who was at WrestleMania 8, that, you know, there's no Warrior, there's no Sid in this, there's no Jake the Snake in this. There's no Rowdy Roddy Piper in this. So, you know, there's just some big names feel like they're missing. So, it's not, I think it's entertaining. I'm going to say that it's a 7.25. I'm quite happy with that. I don't think I'd want to go much higher. But man, I think, you know, it all depends how you feel about the Giant Gonzalez. I love the Giant Gonzalez. I love that storyline. And I can understand that he was not a very good wrestler and it was very difficult for The Undertaker. So I can get that. I can totally understand that. So I understand why The Undertaker's not a fan. But I love it. I love it. So I've got a real soft spot for the Giant Gonzalez. So seeing him debut and that face-to-face with The Undertaker gets some proper marks there. Plus, don't forget, I'm a big fan of old school wrestling, and to see Bob Backlund achieve what he achieved in that match, I think that was amazing as well. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I'm into it. Right. Heather says New Japan is going to have a 25 to 30% fan capacity. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen much about New Japan. To be honest, I've seen a lot about New Japan, but I haven't seen a lot about Dominion or since they've come back. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into all of that. But I think there's a real good chance that we will be streaming it. So, and my friends, we are done. That is it. Just a little classic wrestling pay-per-view for us to enjoy together on this Sunday evening. Thank you to everyone that joined us. Really appreciate the support as always. Of course, we're here every week for Raw and NXT and AEW and NWA and SmackDown and UFC and all of that goodness. So, but you know that anyway. And we've got some other classic pay-per-views coming up. I think we're going to do WrestleMania 2 on Tuesday. I don't know what we're doing Thursday yet. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing on Thursday yet, but I know that we've got WrestleMania 2 coming up on the channel. So I'd be quite tempted to watch that Loser Leaves WWE as well, the Ric Flair Mr. Perfect match. Because obviously we're kind of bang in the middle of that at the moment. It's really interesting. I really like. It's kind of a really fun way to do it, isn't it? Like watch the Raws and then the pay-per-view and then just carry on with it and kind of work your way through the whole history. It is kind of interesting. But then I do like the freedom of just doing whatever I want whenever I want to. Yeah, because I'm that kind of a girl. So, awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to everyone that's in the chat. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.